James, that sounds like compressing centuries of development, progress, innovation into one moment. Am I correct in sort of?
Oh, you're absolutely correct. I mean, there's a real example of this in the sense that look at what AlphaFold did, right? Because up until before AlphaFold, thanks to my colleagues got a Nobel Prize for this. Before that, we only understood the structure of about 150,000 proteins because we're doing them one at a time in labs with X-ray crystallography, one at a time. But with AlphaFold, we're able to do all 200 million proteins known to science. Now, imagine if we'd kept going one protein at a time. It would have taken probably a few hundred years to get to all of them. With AlphaFold, we did all of them in one go. So you start to see the same kinds of things happen in material discovery. One of our AI system, Genome, was able to discover something like 2.2 million crystals. And of those, were not known to exist before. And of those, we've been able to establish that something like 300,000 of them are stable enough to be synthesized. So example after example, you're seeing this compression because now you can do scientific discovery at a scale and scope that's breathtaking. And I think that's exciting.
And in a way, it is democratizing science as well. It's making it perhaps accessible to millions of more people than was the case before AI scaled up.
Oh, absolutely. I'll give you a tangible example. I mentioned AlphaFold. So today, when that breakthrough happened, we open sourced and open accessed access to the protein structures that we predicted. And up until now, so far, something like 3.5 million researchers around the world have accessed it. In fact, I think about 180,000 of them are in India. And now what that's done is that researchers who would not otherwise been able to work on certain kinds of problems, either neglected diseases and a variety of things, all around the world can now do that work. So yes, there's an incredible democratizing effect to enable all of humanity to take advantage of this technology. And the example is interesting is because a lot of the research that would have been required to work on protein structures the old way would have required extraordinary infrastructure, and very few researchers were doing that kind of research, which meant a lot of problems and diseases in local communities in the global south were neglected because the researchers in those countries couldn't do that work. So the fact that now 190, the 3.5 million number that I mentioned of scientists, they come from all 190 countries. I think that's extraordinary. So you now have scientists in all these countries working on problems that they would not have been able to work on before. I think that's incredibly exciting.